What's up, everybody?
What's up, people? What's up?
Yes, it is chocolate
What's up?
and caramel.
Yeah.
And it is a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be here on Cinema Sunday.
Cinema Sunday.
Yes. We got all the names. So we saw The Intruder tonight, y'all. Yeah.
Just jump in, Sherelle. Just jump in.
We saw The Intruder, y'all.
Just jump in.
Oh my God. Who's going first?
You going first.
Yeah, okay. Because you went first last time.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll take turns. So let me tell y'all about this movie, y'all.
Let her tell you about this movie.
Oh my God. I feel like it was... So we know that this movie was going to be pretty much predictable.
Mm-hmm.
And it was.
Oh, wait. Is there a spoiler alert happening?
I'm spoiling. I got to.
Spoiler alert.
I got to, y'all. I'm sorry. There's no way.
There's no way.
So, okay, it was predictable, but I think they did a good job with adding a lot of twists and turns in and trying to add meat in the movie. It was very engaging.
It was.
Very engaging. So throughout the movie, you're gonna watch to see what's gonna happen next, right?
Absolutely.
From beginning to end. Let me just say that I don't know that I've ever been more mad at a character in my life. I'm trying to think. I'm sure I have. But Megan Good was pissing me off through this whole movie from top to bottom. You hear me? I really actually just wanted her to get beat up because that's how she was acting. Okay? She was so naive throughout the movie, okay? It was just ridiculous. No black woman, I said it, is letting any male in their house, especially, I'm sorry, a Caucasian male or a male of another race in their house, and they're at the house alone. He's not about to keep coming in your house and you're at the house alone. Your husband's gone. And your husband has expressed that he has a problem with this guy. You just gonna keep letting him back in? We don't roll like that. Black people are so paranoid, okay? We are scared about everything. We don't, just a look. He looked at me too long. Now. We do not play that. That is not, in our culture, we do not play that, okay? Listen here. I did appreciate that Michael Ealy saw it right from the beginning. And it wasn't like both of them acting like just stupid throughout the whole movie. He saw what was going on. I thought it was kind of goofy for him to keep threatening dude after he heard that he's a murderer. Who just keeps threatening a murderer? And then you keep leaving the house and leaving your wife at the crib. Why y'all ain't move? Why y'all ain't move?
Oh, tell them about the movie, like what it is for those people that have not even heard of Intruder.
So with Intruder, this black couple, husband, he gets a promotion at his job and they move into this house in the suburbs, and it is a country kind of house in the country area. Megan loves the house. The wife, she loves the house. The husband ain't completely sold on it, but he's doing what he needs to do for his wife. And life is sweet till the owner keeps dropping by unexpectedly, like my landlord.
Message.
And he makes these visits more frequent. He's cutting the yard. He's helping with the Christmas lights. He left all kind of furniture in the crib, left a whole bunch of stuff in the crib and claimed he was moving to Florida, right? But the date for him to move just kept changing and changing and changing and changing. And Megan's not seeing anything. She just thinks he's a old guy who she feels sorry for, and she just wants to help him out. And Michael's not having it. He's like, listen here, we don't know him. What is he doing here? And so it just gets weirder and weirder. And eventually there's a twist at the end, which, since I'm spoiling movies today, I'm just gonna tell y'all the twist. He was living in the crib still. He never moved out, y'all. He never moved out. He had a whole apartment in the basement.
Yo, he was straight. He had a microwave down there.
He had everything down there, which
I
could really appreciate the twist. I enjoyed the twist of that movie. That was cool. I liked it. I was not expecting that. It was funny. I liked that. Of course, Megan Good's goofy behind going, I don't understand. How many times you got to hear something creaking in your crib and you looking around trying to see what's creaking in your crib? How many times you got to do that before you like, okay, we got to get up out of here? You don't just keep, and why you keep going to the door with your towel on and this man keep coming to the crib? I'm not computing, okay? What is going on here? So, yeah, this movie, it was funny, but I don't know that it was supposed.
I don't think it was supposed to be funny.
But it was hilarious, and I couldn't have seen it with better people because we had a ball. It was fun going to see it with friends and laughing. I kind of liked it and hated it at the same time.
Despite.
Yes, okay. Yes. I will say that Megan Good was serving looks. Okay, hair and outfit.
Shout out to whoever that costume designer is, honey.
Yes, for her to take a minute and be gone, she said, I'm coming back with a vengeance, and I'm going to look real good when I come back.
Listen.
So she did.
Body on, honey.
Yes.
Made me almost want to go to the gym.
Yeah, right after the movie. Like, we in here.
But then I ate some pretzel bites. That's it. That's okay. That's all right.
What's the actor's name? The intruder guy. In the movie, he was Charles.
Dennis Quaid.
He was acting his behind off in this movie.
Listen.
He did an excellent job in the movie. The ending was straight gangster. Even though we kind of knew what was going to go down, I thought it was pretty gangster and pretty cool how they did it. And I think that's all I have to say. I would have liked to have seen Megan just get hers a little more, because she set all this up. She needed to get beat up a little bit. I'm sorry. Just I'm sorry. But I will say, this is my last and final point. I hang with a lot of guys. Like, I have male friends who are my homies. I'm always the sis amongst the guys, right? And one thing that they complain about a lot is that women don't listen to them. We don't hear them. And this movie is a depiction of that. Like, he told her on several times in several ways, I don't want him in my house. I don't trust him. I think he likes you. Don't have him over here. He said it a million times in a million ways, and she's just, oh well, I think he's okay. He's just a guy, just making excuses for him and still bringing him in the crib against her husband's will. So we got to do better in listening, and not just listening to respond, but listening and understanding, and being a little more submissive and compromise a little bit more. That's what I took from the movie. I'm done. I done spoke probably for 30 minutes. But
give them some background on why she may have been reluctant to listen to him.
Well, you can go ahead.
Okay. Now, she might have been reluctant to listen to him because of some a tinge of infidelity that had happened before they got married. And they went to therapy, worked through that, got married, but you could tell there were still some trust issues. So I think that some of that, of how she was responding to him, may have played into that a bit. But in the same breath, it's like, listen, you've chosen this path, walk on it. Run, trot, crawl, but by all means, you're on it. So let's do a little trusting. So you guys, I like the movie. and I didn't like the movie. I also, the parts that were supposed to make you jump, I did. And so even when I knew they were coming, and even my friend, she was like, Brittany, he's about to be right there, so don't jump. And I was like, okay. And that's what happened. I jumped. It didn't matter. So first of all, not first of all, it's like third of all. The movie was, the main reason I wanted to see the movie because it was done by a Black-owned film company. I definitely wanted to see that, and it was an independent film. And so for an independent film to be done on this magnitude, with this great of just the filming of it and everything, like, but mainly because it was Black-owned, I really, really wanted to see it. And also, I love Megan Good, love Michael Ealy, and love Dennis Quaid. All three of them did a great job. Tommy from Power did a great job. This is where a person, you as the fan, is watching from the outside in. There were parts where I wanted Tommy, I can not remember his real name right now. I wanted Tommy to be Tommy. I wanted him to be who he is in Power. Straight gangster, just like.
Is that the guy, the friend who?
Yeah,
okay.
The friend, yep. He wasn't, and it made me sad. He died. Dang it. Michael Ealy's character, I wish he was, so they were very wealthy. Michael, like, they bought this house for $3.3 million. And all the things that were in it, they were driving, the Benz truck, and her car was a little more modest, but it was an eco-friendly car. But that's more her person because she is from the country. So that's another reason why she was super trusting. She was raised by, a country girl, learned how to cook by her grandma, so she is like super just, and
hospitable.
Also hospitable is the word. And also she's like writes women's liberal articles and stuff like that. So she's probably like a little tinge like, you're tripping, I'm a woman, I'm great, stop. Like, he can come into this house. He's a lonely old man that his wife died of cancer and, his kids are far away. No. All a bag of lies. All lies. And so the parts that started getting frustrating were just her believing so strongly. So it's like, when do we get to a place where we're like, and I can speak for myself, I have been very gullible and very naive at times. So it's like, but when does something click and you're like even that intuition, like, when does that turn on for you to go, something's not right? Like, something is not okay about what is going on here. So it was just super frustrating. So the part where it really climaxed in terms of this is when they're about to really get into everybody knows everything. He's in the house. She comes to drop the groceries off. He's inside the house, of course, because he still lived there. Underground. So he showed them how he gets in. In the beginning of the movie, when he was showing them the house, people is crazy. And it was actual a door where the linen closet was. Like, you guys, it's off the chain. And so, he like starts to basically tell Megan, like, I'm handling everything and we can be together. So Megan is like, she starts to cry a little bit and she goes, okay, well, I'm happy, like, you're getting everything together. I'm a little tired, so, I just want to get some rest, and then you can just come back later. He's like, okay, yeah, this is the crazy Dennis Quaid. He's like, okay, I am a bit messed up. I'll go get cleaned up, as if he's going back to the hotel. So anyway, he has not been staying in. So instead of her getting her keys and her cell phone, purse, But just mainly your keys and your cell phone. You don't even need your license at this point.
Phone, keys, wallet.
Done.
Get out of there.
Get out.
You don't need nothing
Groceries,
else. I got my
stay.
big purse in the back. All you, phone, keys, wallet.
We're done. Instead of leaving the house immediately, as I'm driving away, no seatbelt on, my door is barely closed, but my car started. I'm like, boop, boop, boop. Michael Ealy. This man is like, he's nuts. I'm on my way out. Like, that man would have been running down the driveway trying to get to me. But that didn't happen. She went upstairs. And I was like, so basically, so the whole time, so this is where I start like digging in, right? Black people, we have never been able to be in spaces like this, right? Where we can look vulnerable. And we can be stupid, and we can be naive. We can be the rich. Let's move out here and just have a sweet, beautiful home where we can raise our babies and get away from the city. Get away from the city and all that good stuff. Like, we have not had that luxury. And so it put me in the mind frame of Girls Trip, where with Girls Trip, they had a lot of potty humor happening, right? Mm-hmm. Of course, we could get into like Queens of Comedy and things like that. But to see 4 black women in this movie where anything goes, in a sense, we have not seen that space before. We have not seen something like that. So I think that this is part of what maybe they were doing, in the sense that black women, you can be, not saying that we haven't been, but you can be vulnerable. You can be naive. You can be a little weak in a sense. And those things can still happen to you. So just to show that we as a people are nuanced. So while our reaction would have been, I'm about to go because I'm scared out of my mind. I'm running away. Except for I did get a little self-defense class. So some of them things would have went a little differently, because I would have been hitting some places he didn't know I knew about. But other than that, but also it's easier said than done, because you don't know what you're going to do in the moment when something happens. So I started thinking about that as well. Like, just this couple that wants to move out to feels like the middle of nowhere, but it's not, and live a quieter life while the husband is still working in the city, so he still has a commute to come back and forth. So those are the things that I kind of just thought about, giving us a different space, a different light. And then but now I will say, Michael Ealy's character did have a little bit of, you got a chance to see the trauma for both pieces in a couple. So Megan's trauma was like, Michael Ealy had cheated in the past. And then also her being naive. And just, hospitable and just loving everyone. And which is not a problem, but you just have to know when you need boundaries. And Michael Ealy's trauma was that his brother had been gunned down in the street. And so even his mindset of like, we're not having any guns on my property. He has a very, very visceral effect when it comes to guns. Like, he loses his mind if a gun is around him, because he doesn't want any parts of it. But the funny part is, at the end, Megan Good is no longer naive. She calls the police as she's standing behind Michael Ealy, who is holding a gun. So the things that were making them, I won't say weak, but just vulnerable, maybe you can say in the beginning, were the same things when turned around, made them strong. So, if they're everybody, we have past, we have issues, we have things going on, but sometimes those very things that may be seen as a crutch, or something that may be seen as something that's holding you back, or you may just have a temperament to it for whatever reason. That could be something very well that could change in the future. So, for example, for me, like I've been told before, like, oh my God, you're like so sensitive. Like, calm down, get a backbone. And which I have, and I have become more aware, but also those same things, that same sensitive nature, helps people to talk to me. And it helps me to be empathetic, and people can come to me. So that same things that people have noticed as a weakness can also be a strength. So don't be afraid to change, switch it up, and grow. So the movie was good, definitely worth seeing, even though you know the whole movie right now. Oops. We told you we was gonna spoil it.
Yeah, you chose to watch this.
You chose. It's your fault.
Couple random things I want to say. One, Michael Ealy's eyes are gorgeous. Okay, they are so beautiful.
I don't want to play into it.
They're so gorgeous.
I'm not playing into it.
It was cute to see the married couple engaging and just loving each other and having a good time. And it wasn't a perfect relationship, but they were in love and they were showing love, and that was nice to see.
This is not a children's movie.
No. that house was ugly to me. I'm sorry, y'all. I just had to say it. I ain't like no room in that house except for the kitchen. Kitchen was alright.
Kitchen was nice.
Yeah, but I ain't like that house anyway. Like, I was like, why did y'all even choose this house? But she's a country girl. She liked it, so you know, whatever.
The house had like a lot of vines. It was one of those old houses that had like a lot of vines growing all over it, like a giant cottage almost.
The house looked scary.
It did look scary. A lot of foliage.
Yeah. It looks scary. There was something else I was gonna say, and I lost it.
It'll come back.
Listen here though, Charlie, what's his name?
I think Dennis Quaid.
Dennis Quaid. He was playing that part.
Every piece of it.
And Megan Good let him lick.
Listen,
all over her.
What did she think when she read that in the script? Dennis Quaid finna lick me. Or what if he improvised that?
I would have cringed the whole time. Okay, I would have cringed.
I want to see some extras on this now. I'm about to watch this all night. Some extras.
He was giving me like Joker vibes. He was giving me Joker vibes, like just like watching Jack Nicholson play the Joker in Batman. That's kind of what he was giving me. Maybe not Jack. Oh, yeah. Maybe not Jack Nicholson. Maybe Heath Ledger.
But Jack Nicholson in The Shining.
I didn't see The Shining.
Listen, I only seen parts of it. That was enough. He was crazy.
This is one of the movies that, like, okay, typically I don't like a bunch of talking in my movies, but movies like this are ones where you can appreciate it, and it's fun when the audience members are engaging with you and you're like, oh no, don't go in that room,
exactly,
get out of there. Like this is one of those movies where it's fun like that. Now, any of my Avenger movies, don't talk. Okay, don't talk. But one of these is like a lot. It's like camaraderie, and we really just came together. Like, oh, Megan, you stupid, you know.
So I am definitely a movie talker, and that's why I think I try to go during like early hours when there's like two other people in the theater. Even if I'm by myself, I'm making statements. I'm like, what? What? Are you serious? Like, they can't hear what's going on. These people on the screen. Plus, this movie has already been filmed, so it's done. There's no way to stop what's about to happen. But surely. So when when we come to Monroeville, I don't really expect that experience. But if I want that experience for a movie, I definitely go to Lowe's down in the waterfront. If I desire that for a movie, I make sure I go see it at a time it's going to be crowded. And most times I initiate some of the talking to make others feel comfortable. I want to say, I go, what? And then that starts it off.
Everybody feels comfortable with
Everyone's comfortable with talking. I want everyone to feel it because we need to enjoy this.
I just don't want to miss any of the dialogue. Yeah. I'd be mad about that.
Because there's key parts.
And they could be telling the story. So, that's a thing for me, even though I be talking. But
it's tasteful. It's tasteful talking and tasteful parts of the movie.
Yeah.
You know, we don't talk during serious parts.
No. Not all the time. Yeah. So, are there any takeaways? Boundaries is a huge takeaway in this movie. Okay.
Absolutely.
Setting boundaries, especially with strangers.
Oh my gosh, such a stranger.
Don't let any strangers in your house for pizza and wine.
Oh my
and
gosh. Oh my gosh.
Doing Christmas lights and Thanksgiving dinners and.
Listen, sometimes you just got to let people process.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes that is like, but figure it out. Like, what parts can I help you with, and what parts is it like, oh, I'm gonna pray for you. Mm-hmm. You be blessed. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Being a little more receptive and hearing our men. I took that because I am a very strong-willed individual, just naturally, and somebody really could be trying to protect me, but when I got it in my mind to do something, and I'm very intuitive, when I got it in my mind to do something, 9 times out of 10 I'm doing it. But to hear this person has said it to you a million times in a million ways, he's expressed his concerns, and you're just like, and you're not trying to be that way, but you are.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say couples, make sure that you're communicating. Know that you can work through anything if you want to. And if it doesn't turn out to be something that is like habitual or toxic, like, I'm not saying stay in that, but what I am saying is that romantic relationships are going to go through trials. So just be willing to stick through, look out for each other. And people, just, don't be naive in these streets, okay? If you have an inkling, we naturally get an inkling when something is not right. Follow that intuition. Just follow it. Mm-hmm. Just follow it. So, So that's it. And
do background checks on folk. Yeah, don't be scared to do background checks, because sometimes you gotta look some folk up.
Look them up. Look them up. Dennis Quaid's daughter didn't want to have nothing to do with him in this movie. She changed her whole name. Changed her whole name. Moved to a whole nother coast.
As far as she could get away.
As far as she could get away, honey.
So, how many candy bars, since this is chocolate and caramel? Out of 5, how many do you give it?
I would give it a 3. I would give it a 3. I want to give it the 0.5 because I'm very Black Power. But I want to keep that 0.5 because I was getting frustrated. So maybe I should give it the 0.5 because the movie drew me in to make me really like, are we serious? So I would give it a 3.5. But even regardless, the acting was amazing. And yeah, the acting was awesome. So,
yeah, I really did enjoy the acting. Everybody's acting. Even though Megan was acting stupid. She did a good job doing it. So.
Let me tell you, beautiful.
She's
with
gorgeous.
2 L's off of You Got Served, would not have taken none of this. That was her character on You Got Served. Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
I'm gonna give it a 2.5.
Alright.
Because it was engaging. And so because it was engaging, and
this 2.5 sounds like it's stressing her out.
Yeah. It was engaging, and because it was engaging, that made it entertaining. So it was entertaining. But it was quite frustrating. And predictable, which we expected it to be. And the 0.5 comes from that twist. I could really appreciate that twist.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Oh, another takeaway. Have some ride or die friends. Mm-hmm. Friends that are looking out for you. Yeah. Okay?
Yeah.
Tommy, whatever his real name is, was looking out for Michael Ealy.
He died. He was a ride or
remember.
die.
I mean, for
Literally.
real.
Literally
Get
death.
you some if you ain't got none. They selling them 2 for $5 at the Dollar General. Go get you
I'm
some.
so mad at you.
Go get you some. Because, honey.
So, yeah, if you go and see this movie, go with some friends, especially your funny friends. Go with them. It's going to be a good time. You're going to leave kind of mad, but you're going to be entertained.
You're definitely going to be entertained.
And that was that. That's it for me.
That's it for me, too.
All right. We are out. This is Chocolate and Caramel. And this is Cinema Sunday. We out.